Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning to everybody. It's a little cold outside. Weather report's over. Today in the second segment, I believe they're on their way in. It's going to be an honor and a privilege to interview a local man. Last year, he was a young boy. Then he became a young man. Now he's a man. Private First Class Mitch Spicer from Freeburg. This gentleman, this hero, because he's my hero, because you know all you military people out there are my heroes. And we'll talk about him. But this guy, he's the son of the Honorable Mayor of Freeburg, Seth Spicer. Good-looking young man. Met him last summer. Could have went to college. Could have played football. He was a good athlete. Wanted to join the Marines to protect us, protect his family, our family. Now, how much more honorable can you be than that? So it will be an honor and a privilege to interview Private First Class Mitch Spicer from Freeburg. They'll be coming in just a little bit. With me as my guest after my community service billboard will be Mr. Larry Stammer. He's the county board member in St. Clair County for County Board District number 26, and he's running for re-election. And we're going to talk to Larry about some of his background, what he's done with the county, and we want to get into the airport because I know Larry's got a lot to say about that, and we'll do that momentarily. Let's take care of our community service, and then we'll go from there. I'm on my medication, so I'm not going to get completely crazy, out of respect for Mr. Stammer, and certainly out of respect for Private First Class Mitchell Spicer and his father, Mayor Seth Spicer, out of Freeburg. And let me make this disclaimer. The Spicers are on their way in. Don't ever, I don't care if it's the Spicers from Freeburg, it's the Stammers from Belleville. When my guests come in, they speak for themselves as I speak for myself. So don't ever hold what I say against any of my guests. People will say, the guy sitting on your show when you were talking about somebody. That's correct. Bob Romanik, was talking about somebody. So don't ever hold accountable my guests for what I say. Having said that, the Millstadt Sportsman's Club, their fish fry every Friday, ending on Good Friday. Have any questions or concerns? You can call the great people in Millstadt at 618-476-1891. Let's see where else we're at. The Bowl-a-thon fundraiser, also in Millstadt. It's the Friends of the Old Millstadt Water Tower. They need $200,000 to help refurbish the old water tower in Millstadt. They've got about $100,000, so they're going to have a lot of fundraisers to try to keep it from being torn down, and that'd be a shame to have it torn down. It's a great landmark. Anybody that wants to get concerned and become part of the Bowl-a-thon fundraiser to help the great people of Millstadt, you can call Betty at 618-476-7326. Don't forget our St. Wenceslaus Trivia Night in St. Louis. They're located at the corner of Oregon and Arsenal. They're having their trivia night on, when the hell is it? I guess February the 5th. Oh, people, come on, I'm an idiot. You got to make it easy for me. Don't make it difficult because it's difficult enough, but we'll get to that. Here it is. February the 13th, 7 p.m., St. Wenceslaus Trivia Night. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Kathy, 314-588-0770. Now, I will get this right today. On Saturday, February the 13th, Silver Creek Quail Forever Club. Now, it took me about 2 weeks to get it right, but I got it right. Their chicken and beer dance at Albert's American Legion, $25 per person in advance, $30 at the door. Music by the Cactus Moon, a great local Belleville band. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Dan at 618-920-0074. Our good friends in Madison County at the Granite City Masonic Lodge, their barbecue to be held Friday, January the 29th. At 20th in Cleveland from 11 a.m. till they're sold out. Again, any questions or concerns, you can contact Matt at 618-381-4831. On this date, January the 22nd, 1857. Now, you people understand, not 1957, 1857. The NBA, at that point, it was the National Association of Baseball Players, was founded in New York. Founded back in 1857. On this date, January the 22nd, 1901, Queen Victoria, unlike Queen Kern, died at the age of 82. Hey, Mark Kern, he politically died about 8 years ago, but we'll go into that later. She ruled England for 64 years. I guess that's about all we have. Hold up. Yeah, that's all we've got for on this date. I didn't like that crap anyway. I want to thank Larry Price for his email. And Anonymous, you're always right. She says it's not surprising Dallas Cook's speech was only covered on KQQZ because the mainstream media, they follow the mainstream political people, as everybody knows. And that's hurting us. You're only getting one side of the story. You're getting both sides of the story when you listen to crazy idiot Bob Romanik. And I am an idiot a lot of times. We're all idiots sometime. But I'm not an idiot taking your money and spending it. I'm not an idiot taking your money and spending it like the St. Clair County political leaders. I call them the political parasitical punks, but that's just my personal opinion. With me today, not the best looking guy in town, but one of the best political leaders in St. Clair County because he fights the fight. He's truly a member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition because he votes for what he believes in. He votes for what his people that he represents want him to vote for. He doesn't go up there and vote straight party lines for the Democrat, even though he is a Democratic County Board member, a proud member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and it's my honor and privilege to have him with us today, Mr. Larry Stammer, County Board member for District 26 out of Belleville, Illinois. Larry, how the hell you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bob. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Well, you know what? I wish we were on TV because everybody would know that I ain't the ugliest son of a bitch in town, but apparently you're going to get away with your appearance today.
Bob, it's important that we don't scare small children.
Yes. Larry, you're exactly right. Larry, how long have you been on the county board?
It's going to be 16 years here, Charlie.
Let's give me just a little bit. Don't give me everything about you. I don't know where you went to grade school, but give me a little bit about your personal and your political background.
Well, Bob, at the end of this month, the 31st, I'll be hitting the big 60 years old.
Hey, you don't look a day over 70. You must have been rode hard and put away wet. But, Larry, I got to say this, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I've known you a long time. You're one hell of a fighting politician. You go up there and you vote. You don't vote party lines. You vote for the people you represent. You vote what's best for your community. And I salute you for that. And let me ask you before you get into it, and I know you can't get in everybody's head, but why the hell do you think people don't vote but they're people that put them in office, that they represent? Why do they go to Springfield, to Belleville? Unlike me and you, they go up and they vote at party lines. What the hell? Why go up there?
Bob, I think it's just the way it is. We've been raised Democrats. We've been raised Republicans. The other side's bad people. And we've got to the point now, instead of looking at the character and the honesty of the individual running, we look at the party designation, and we forget about voting for the best person.
Okay, give me a little bit of background, and I won't interrupt you.
Okay, Bob, I'm married, 3 kids. I've worked in the public utility industry for 38 years. I'm very proud to say I'm a member of Local 101 Plumbers and Fitters in Belleville here. I've got 37 years in there. And I'd like to throw a plug in for my father and my grandfather, who were sadly deceased, but they worked many years out of the Plumbers and Fitters Hall. My uncle, who's retired. Matter of fact, our 4 members of my family, my grandfather, my dad, my uncle, and myself, we have over 200 years of membership in Local 101 Plumbers and Fitters. I'm very, very proud of that.
Well, and you should be. You should be, because, you've never had anybody give you anything. You, as I have, and all the good people that are going to be represented by Mayor Spicer in Freeburg, we're all the same. We wanted to work. We want to work and make our way, and apparently your family's done a great job at that. We got a fundraiser coming up, Larry, and I hate to talk about fundraisers because everybody needs money. But to run for politics, you got to have a little bit of money, and so many of these politicians want a $1,000 ticket, want to get a $5,000 donation. It takes a little bit of money, but you're having a fundraiser, Larry, and you're doing something a little bit different. It's going to be, I heard, maybe I'm wrong, just on donations?
Yes, Bob, we're going to have a meet and greet at Fisher's next Tuesday evening from 5 to 7. Come on in. You don't have to donate anything, but donations are appreciated, though. Come in. We think we're going to have a couple of the Freedom Coalition candidates there.
No, we're going to have all the Freedom Coalition candidates there.
And I think it's important people show up and talk to everybody and try to understand the concept of vote the person, not the party. It's hard to break away from that party affiliation and understand what's important for the people of St. Clair County is to get the best people in public office that are going to do the best job for the people that live here. And
when's your fundraiser again? Larry, give me a time and a date.
It's this Tuesday, the 26th. It'll be from 5 to 7 at Fisher's Restaurant. And let's all say a prayer for Kenny Fisher and his family.
You know what? Thank you very much. Kenny Fisher, great guy, great leader of the community. I tell you what, Larry, I'm going to be there. I'll be the entertainment. I'll put my clown suit on, not my flag suit, you idiot out there that said something about the ridiculous flag suit. I'd like to put my foot up your unpatriotic ass. I'll put my clown suit on and I'll do some juggling. I'll do a little bit of circus act for everybody. I'll bring my clown car and I'll come in and be the entertainment. Can we do that?
Yeah, Bob, you can do that, and I appreciate that. Do me one favor, though. Just make sure you take your meds before you show up.
Okay, can I take my clothes off, though? There's another favor you want. Okay, never mind. Hey, Larry, let's talk real quick, and you've been a county board member, and I'm not going to hold you accountable. This airport, I got to say, what an idiot Mark Sweet Cakes Kern is. This Cantrell, and I don't know, and here, people, when I talk about these guys, I know they're great family men. I know they're great fathers and husbands and brothers, but I'll be damned, they're idiots as politicians. How the hell do you give Tim Cantrell, and I'm sure he's a nice family man, but he's involved in the political arena. How the hell do you give a guy over $20,000 bonus when he's costing us $12 million a year? Larry, hire me. I'll screw the county out of $30 million. How much a bonus would I get?
Hopefully, Bob, you do a better job than we're doing out there right now.
If I wipe my ass after I took a crap, it'd be a better job than these guys are doing. But go ahead.
Bob, I'd like to just echo what Fred Bach said in the newspaper article today. I'm sure everybody has read. Fred sits next to me, and he's very genuine person, believes in what he's doing. He's serving his constituents in an honest manner. I think he asked a couple good questions in the paper about maybe we need to change how we're doing things out at the airport.
We need to change something. People, do you understand? And here's the problem I have. They're talking about this Cantrell getting $124,000 a year. Now he's going to get a $20,000 plus bonus because we're only $12 to $15 million a year in debt. But here's my point, Larry, and I've said it several times. They want to shore up this airport, and they're touting how many people are going to fly out of Mid-America Airport. I contend for everybody that flies out, it costs us $2,000, $3,000. We're losing the tax base. We're losing the money at the restaurants. I mean, it's a ploy that Vegas is giving and subsidizing Allegiant to bring people to their town. Fort Myers is subsidizing Allegiant Airline to bring people to their town. So the more bodies that we have flying out of Mid-America Airport with their business philosophy, the more money it's costing our community, costing our tax base, costing our businesses in St. Clair County. Am I not seeing something I should be?
Well, Bob, that's a legitimate concern. You're not the first person that's brought that up to me, and certainly it's something the county board needs to take a look at.
I want to know, and you're a county board member, people elected you to represent them. Who the hell elected the Public Building Commission?
Bob, before I was on the county board, they passed an ordinance, and they selected the Public Building Commission to be the airport authority, to run the airport.
To take the heat.
To take the heat, I guess. And I wasn't on the board then. Perhaps back then that was a good decision. Today, in hindsight, I think that we need to change that. Matter of fact, Frank Helgenstein and I, who are Democrats.
A good man, a very good man.
Ed Cockrell and Dave Tiedemann, who are Republicans.
Two other good men. Hell with what Democrat Republicans, they're good people. Go ahead.
We come up with a bipartisan solution to some of the things that were going on out there, which was, in fact, to make the county board the airport authority 100% responsible for what's going on out at the airport, to make sure that there was 100% transparency to us and to everybody that lives in St. Clair County, our constituents who we're all working for.
Yeah. You know, I get here and I read in the paper. I got it out of the trash, so there's some tomato sauce on the part. I can't read all of it. Tim Cantrell, the director of the airport, has done a good job on making things happen, said Public Building Commission Chairman Rich Soje. Hey, Rich, I think you're smoking some of that marijuana that you're selling out there in Soje. Are you nuts? Are you crazy, you big head son of a bitch? Now, you know, I don't know if you're sniffing the marijuana fumes or if you're sniffing all that money you've made off the county. But either way, how the hell can you, and Larry, I know you don't know, but Rich Soje was appointed by I guess, Kern or one of the other county board chairmen. This guy don't know his ass from the hole in the ground, and he's running the whole airport, and he's not even being held responsible because everybody thinks, hey, it's the county. It's not the county. It's this idiot. What's your take on Soje?
Well, Bob, I voted to appoint Rich Soje and every member of that Public Building Commission. They have a hard job. I will give them that. At this point, though, I think that what has to happen at that airport is that the county board has to be 100% responsible, 100% informed exactly what's going on out there so that we can make direct decisions based on the information that we should be getting and aren't, to represent our constituents. And by the way, the bipartisan effort to get the county board to be 100% responsible for what was going on out at the airport was, of course, killed by the powers to be up at St. Clair County. They wouldn't even let it come to the floor of the county board so we could vote it up or down. Yeah.
Well, you know, they've got here too, Larry. The Cantrell negotiated 2 billboards. What the hell? Billboards, what do they have to do with the airport? That's the airport land. I mean, there's going to be billboards there. What they're trying to do, Larry, in my opinion, they're trying to put so many cars on that lot, so many people in that airport, but it's not going to equate to any money. I'm running for state representative, and I promise everybody in my district, and if you don't like it, don't vote for me. I'm going to do everything in my power, not to get rid of the airport, because we need the landing for Scott, to get it off the taxpayers' back, because this $12 to $15 million can be used for something constructive for the people of St. Clair County. It's in my district, the Mid-America Airport. And people, if you want to keep the airport, don't vote for me, because you're getting a bad vote, because I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight as long as I'm up at the State House to get that off the taxpayers' back. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, Bob, once again, you know, you're not the first person that's talked about the issues we have out there and what we should do with the airport. I think that the St. Clair County Board and the people of St. Clair County need to be fully informed about what's going on out there, what our opportunities are to make it successful, and if those opportunities don't exist, how do we cut the cost and the hemorrhaging of money that we're taking out of the taxpayers' pockets? How do we stop that and do something with the airport that's not going to continue to strip actually a lot of our countywide activities
and services,
of money?
Right.
Yes, our public service and our public safety are being hurt by the airport right now.
If you had $1 million to bet, that airport's been there 16, 18 years, and you had to bet whether it's going to be successful in the next 20 years, how would you bet?
Well, Bob,
don't be politically correct. Come on.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't bet one way or the other. I'm a county board member. they don't inform us. They hide things from us. They don't let us be informed. When I got on the county board in 2000, we were fully informed about what was going on at the airport. My colleague on the county board, Ed Cockrell, was the chairman of the airport ad hoc committee. Ed kept us fully informed about what was going on. Things were explained. We had a chance to ask questions. That's been taken away from us.
Yeah. Well, Larry, here, let me give you a little analogy. I had a friend of mine, and she was a nice lady, beautiful on the inside, not so much on the outside. She was ugly in grade school. She was ugly-er in high school, and man, was she butt ugly in college. Now, I guarantee you, I ain't hoping that she's going to get any better looking after all those years in this airport, Larry. There's no way. They want to shore it up. But you made a good point, and so have other people. If it was Kern's private business, if it was Sprague's private business, if it was Sojay's private business, that sumbitch would have been shut down 15 years ago. But it's not their business. It's our business as taxpayers in St. Clair County. I'm tired of it. I think the people of St. Clair County are tired of it. And when Roger Cook gets elected county board chairman, he has pledged to work with me to get rid of that airport, get rid of the financial burden off the taxpayers' back in St. Clair County.
Bob, I think that you're right there. At least we need to be truthful to the people and tell them what's going on out there and tell them what our choices are. If it can, in fact, be successful and pay for itself, or do we need to take another way of dealing with it? Well, like you've suggested, we may have to shut it down. I don't know, because we haven't been told. We don't have the facts. We have to make a decision. The people of St. Clair County cannot afford to keep losing money out there.
Yeah. You know, Larry, I haven't been told when I'm going to die, but I know I'm going to die. And it's the same way with that airport. They've got it. I think the concept was great back in the day, because I think they thought, hey, the transportation industry is going to be big. People are going to be traveling. But after 9/11, now over at Lambert, there's a whole empty concourse. I'm not saying it wasn't a good idea to start, but it ended up being a bad idea. So let's don't shore this up just so these politicians can look good, Larry.
Bob, the airport's a big issue. Certainly September 11th, 2001 hurt us and every other airport in the United States and the airline industry. But I think what we owe as elected officials is to give the people of St. Clair County the truth about what's going on out there and what are where can we go with that airport. I think people deserve the truth, and I'm tired of people being lied to and not told what's going on. I think the people of St. Clair County need and deserve to be told the truth, and so that we can all make an informed decision about what we need to do out there, and that's not happening right now.
Yeah. Larry, we got a few more minutes. Will you pledge? I'm going to put you on the spot. Will you pledge to the people of the 26th district in the county board in St. Clair County when you're elected again, because you've done a great job. You've been the incumbent. You've done a great job. People know that. That's why you keep getting elected. Will you please promise that you will help fight to get this more transparent, this airport situation more transparent? Hopefully you'll have a lot of people, newly elected officials, that'll be helping you. But will you not be like some of these son of a bitches and vote party lines just because the leaders tell you to vote that way? Or are you going to vote for what the people in your district asked you to vote for?
Well, I'm going to pledge to do what I've always done, Bob, is try to understand the issues and vote is in what is the best interest of my people in my board district that I work for. They employ me. I don't employ them. And I think that Roger Cook has mentioned that he's going to form a blue ribbon panel or committee to really look at the issues out at the airport. And I think it's important that we do that. I think we all need to sit down and look at what's going on out there and make an informed decision that's in the best interest of the people of St. Clair County. And we're not doing that right now.
No. You know what, Larry? What I like about you best, you're unpolitically correct, but you're politically correct. You know, you said it the right way. I'm going to say it Bob Romanik's way. It ain't worked. It ain't worked for 16 years. It ain't going to work. It's never going to work. We want to keep it there for the Scott Air Base because we need it for our military presence. I understand that. We need the runway, but it's going to be taken if I have anything to do with it. And somebody said, Bob, don't put yourself out on the limb. I don't give a damn. I'm a lot of things. I'm far from being perfect, but I'm not a hypocrite. When I tell you something, take it to the bank. I've seen what's going on. I'm an idiot, but I ain't totally stupid. I've seen what's been going on for the last 16, 18 years. I'm not wasting another 5 years to make a study. I say let's get rid of that airport off the backs. You hear me? Off the backs of the hardworking taxpayers of St. Clair County. Mr. Larry Stammer, when is your fundraiser? We're going to be there. The Freedom Coalition people, come out, meet Larry Stammer, meet the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, because we're for the people, not for these political parasitical punks.
January 26th, next Tuesday, 5 to 7, Fisher's Restaurant.
Be there, Larry Stammer. Thank you very much, candidate for county board, district number 26. Hope to see you soon, and I know you'll be successful when you get reelected. Mr. Larry Stammer, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for letting me on, Bob, and thanks for letting me let people know how I feel. Well, you're a good man. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, they have just arrived. Not the president. This guy, to me, is more important than the president of the United States. He's fighting to protect us in this great country. Private First Class Mitch Spicer will be with us in the studio with his father, the Honorable Mayor of Freeburg, Seth Spicer, right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state. I keep thinking bisexual because I got Kern in my mind. It's the bi-state voice of freedom. Kern, not the bisexual voice. And we are insane. Radical radio, crazy radio. But seriously, people, we're always proud to be an American, and definitely proud to be the patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state, I got it right, Kern, bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the patriot. You know what? I could listen to that song all day. We don't have the time. With me today, and I mean this. I am so proud of this young man. I'm proud of this young man and every young man that fights for our country, who takes time out of their lives their young lives, that they could be hanging with the ladies, they could be going to college, drinking beer, joining the fraternities. No, this man and many other men have done the honorable thing. And it's an honor and a privilege to have with us today. And people will say, Romanik, you get a little melodramatic, and I tell them, kiss my ass. These are guys that are out there that may die protecting me and you and our families. I take it serious, people. You may not, but if you don't, you're scumbag son of a bitch and unpatriotic bastards. It is an honor and a privilege to have with us today Private First Class Marine Corps Mitch Spicer.
Good morning, Bob. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
It ain't a pleasure to be on it's an honor to have you, Mitch. I tell you, Mitch, you're a proud Marine. How does it feel? How does it feel to be a United States Marine?
I've really never felt anything so deep inside me. When I earned my Globe and Anchor, it was a true feeling of, wow, I accomplished something that less than 1% of the Americans will even attempt to try. And I never really understood the feeling until it was there. It's something different.
Mitch, how old are you?
I'm 18 years old. 18
years old. You're more of a man than some of these bastards walking the street at 50. Your pop, a great guy. He's the mayor of Freeburg. I know when you had to sit down and talk with your pop, because I know you've got guidance from him, and he's raised one hell of a good son. What did your pop tell you when you said, hey, Dad, I want to be a Marine?
Well, it was kind of a surprise change of pace from my initial plans, and when I sat down and started talking to them about it, they knew it was probably coming, because ever since I could walk, I've always been into the military and wanting to serve my country and follow my grandfather's footsteps. So whenever I told them that was my plans, they were really happy and they're really supportive, and I couldn't have had it any better.
Was your grandfather, was he a Marine?
Yes, sir.
And what do they say? Once a Marine, it used to be a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, right?
He's still a Marine.
He's still a Marine, and so are you. Mitch, where are you stationed at?
Currently, I go back to San Diego on Tuesday, only for a month of combat training, and then I'll be in Pensacola, Florida for up to a year.
Up to a year. You told me off the air you have a 5-year obligation?
Yes, sir.
Now, people, you understand this young man, 18 years old, is going to take, and it's not a waste, he's going to take 5 years of his life that he could have continued to grow, continue to have fun, to continue to be with his buddies. But he decided to be a Marine. He decided to put his life on the line. He wouldn't have had to go in the service. And I salute Mitch Spicer and all the young men and women that take time out of their lives to join the military, to become someone, to mature, but more than that, the possibility of them going to war is greater than it's ever been. You guys know what's going on over in the Middle East. You know what's going on in Iraq, Iran. It's not like, hey, it's nice times, let's go in the military for a couple of years so we can get some benefits, because we know we're not going to go fight somewhere. Mitch Spicer and these young men and women, these proud, brave young men and women, they know that there's a chance that they're going to go to war. They know that there's a chance that they may not come home to their families. And I have people talk about how bad the military is, how bad this country is. Think about it, people. They didn't have to do this. Mitch Spicer could have had a good time in college. But instead of being a sophomore in college in 2 years, he may be out there fighting for his life to protect and save our lives. And Mitch, you got to, people, again, say I get melodramatic. I can be a no-good son of a bitch, and I'm not the most perfect guy in town, but I tell you what, I'm perfect when it comes to this great country. I love this great country. I love what it stands for. I'll fight for our military and our veterans. It's just got to put you on some kind of high that you've never been on before.
That's correct. Even before I earned the title as a Marine, especially with social media today, I would always see Americans, people of our own country, disrespecting our flag and our nation and those in the service. And even before I was a Marine, it impacted me, and it was unbelievable to see the things that they do to the things that represent our country, even though that they're living in it. And it's just rough to see all over social media.
Yeah. Now, you've been through basic training. Where are you going from here, Mitch?
I head back to San Diego on Tuesday for combat training.
How long is combat training?
29 days.
29.
Yes, sir.
And again, I got to ask, 29 days is all you guys get for combat training?
Well, during boot camp, every Marine is trained as a rifleman. So whether you're a cook or you're going to be on the front lines as an infantryman, you all begin your training as a rifleman. And combat training, everyone goes through it too. Whether, like I said, whether you're a cook or whether you're a mortarman, you all go through combat training. Now, in the infantry, you extend that combat training, and they have it's their actual MOS school. So their training is much longer than ours. But I'm an aviation mechanic, so my schooling is only 29 days for more into combat training.
Okay. Hey, how's the food? Back in the day, I know the food wasn't good. How's the food in the military anymore?
I mean, at the points that you were hungry and tired, you ate whatever on your tray. You
know what? It spoke like a true American. That's you ate what was ever on your tray. Mitch, I know you're in with a lot of guys. The guys that you're do you have women in your platoons?
No, sir. I did not see a single female during my time in boot camp.
I just proved a point. There's a young guy, could have went to college, saw all the females, but he'd rather protect our great country. Now that's what you call dedication. Mitch, you have any inklings that you may make a career out of the military?
You know, at this point, just starting out, I'm not sure whether I want to do 5 or 20. But however, the Marine Corps is becoming very competitive. It's getting hard to re-up even if you want to. So I'm going to go with the approach is that even if in 5 years I don't want to re-up, I'm still going to put in that effort and take my classes and try to rank up as best as I can to make myself look good. So if in the case I want to make it a career, I can.
How do you feel when you put that uniform on?
It feels pretty good. You gotta stand in the mirror for a while and just
and you know what? Thanks for being honest. You got to get goosebumps and you got to think, hey, what a great country and what a great job that you're going to do. You got to be proud of yourself. Not you, but all of us. You got to respect yourself before you can respect and be proud of other things. And Mitch, let me tell you what I know, and I'm going to talk with your pop here momentarily. I know he's got to be the most proud father, or one of them, because there's a lot of good Marines out there. I know he's got to be proud of the direction you're going. He's got to be proud too that he helped mold you for what you are. And what do you have to say to the people that? And I don't want you to get political on me, but what do you have to say to the people that spit on our flag, that disrespect our flag, that talk bad about our flag and our country? What does a true Marine in his gut and in his heart have to say to people like that?
Well, whether they do that or not, it's our job to protect them. But how I view it is, if you don't want to be here, nobody's forcing you to stay. We're putting our lives on the line so you can make those decisions and you can make that propaganda, and we're doing all these things so you have the opportunity to have your freedom of speech. But it's disrespectful to see it that's how we get treated, and that's how you view us after we protect you and risk our lives.
Now here's a man that's 18 that should be 50. He's got years on a 50-year-old man. You heard what he said? It wasn't Bob Romanik. I just said, hey, kiss my ass. This young man, this brave military hero said, you heard what he said, we still have to protect them. The guys that are spitting on him, the guys that are talking down. What a true American. We still have to protect them because that's what America's about. Private First Class, Mitch Spicer, Marine Corps, our hero. We're going to talk to you and your father again right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, especially today, we're proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. With me, an honor and a privilege, Private First Class Marine Corps Marine Mitchell Spicer. Mitch, I'm going to speak to your dad momentarily, but I know there's a few other things you'd like to talk about. Get off your plate before I talk to the Honorable Mayor of Freeburg. What do you got to say?
That's correct. I know I haven't been gone for long, but I just want to give a thank you to my mother, Elaine, and my sisters, Abby and Emily, and, of course, my girlfriend, Kirsten. Even though I'm away, they make sure that they're all together, and they're being very supportive of me and my future and my plans. And my father, he's been very supportive of me. He's been a good teacher throughout life, and just want to thank all of them for everything they've done.
You know, you couldn't have said it any better, Mitch. Couldn't have said it any better. Now, with me, the Honorable Mayor of Freeburg, Illinois, Mayor Seth Spicer. Mayor, how the hell you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Bob.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know how good you're doing, but you're one hell of a father. You raised one hell of a son. If you don't do nothing else in your life, you've been successful.
Yeah, since day one, Mitch always wanted to be a Marine, and going out there to San Diego last week to see him graduate, probably one of the highlights of my life, you know.
I agree with you. You got goosebumps, I bet you, Mayor.
Oh, yeah.
You got goosebumps. Got to be proud of him and the rest of the Marines. And, again, I want to salute all the proud Marines. We're going to go out when we go out today with the Marine Corps hymn. I'm not going to go crazy out of respect for Mitch Spicer and all the Marines, all the military, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guards. Out of respect for them, we're going to go out with the military, with the Marine Corps hymn. But, Mayor, what else is going on in your nice community of Freeburg, Illinois?
Well, it's actually settled down quite a bit here lately, but I just want to have the citizens of Freeburg take a look at this new fire department that we're trying to get built in Freeburg. I think it's a huge asset to the community to get these guys in a new building where they can use the potential that they have there.
Right.
I mean, we're so cramped up in the old building. I just think it's huge that we get this passed on this bond issue come up in March. So I want everybody to take a look at that. And, nobody needs a fire department until your house is on fire.
Well, hey, Mayor, you said it again. You've got some other information. Got a new logging company coming to town?
Yeah, we got a new logging company coming in. I think they picked the permit up from Gary the other day. So we're trying to fill the last couple lots out in the industrial park there we have. So that's a good step forward.
We got, I know you hate to lose one of your trustees. You were telling me off the air one of your trustees is resigning. Yeah,
one of our trustees, Elizabeth Niebrigi, she's been on board with us for about 2.5 years. She's done a fabulous job. We were a little nervous after the election because nobody knew Elizabeth, but what she's done for the citizens of Freeburg, it's just miraculous, and we wish her and her husband, Josh, the best of luck. They moved to O'Fallon. Okay, moved to O'Fallon. Well, they lost some good people in Freeburg, but they're going to O'Fallon, so you O'Fallon people will be lucky. You know, Mayor, I met you about a year or so ago, year and a half, and I want to salute you and everybody in Freeburg because you fought for what you believed in, the mighty midgets. I think when you guys stood for what you believed in, it might not have been politically correct in some people's mind, but you guys took that years back, I know, took that mascot as somebody you were proud of, and then here's people going to come to town and try to disrupt the great little community of Freeburg. You and the proud people of Freeburg stood up and prevailed, and I want to salute you guys for that. Well, thanks. Everybody's got their own opinion when it comes to the midget as a mascot, and if until you were a midget, the whole family's been a midget. I think it's kind of ridiculous how it went down, but I'm glad that the board stood up for themselves, and it meant a lot to a lot of people in town. Mayor, I'll tell you what, you guys have done a great job under your leadership. I see Freeburg going either further and further into the 21st century. What would you like to tell the good people, your constituents of Freeburg, on our way out today? I appreciate, all the help we've got since I've been the mayor. We got a great village administrator, Tony Funderburg. We got a great office staff there, our public works department. I mean, you can only do with what you got, and we got some of the best people working for us in Freeburg that you could possibly have. So I'd like to take my hats off to them, and I hope everything continues to go like it has been. Yeah. Well, I like that. And off the air, we were talking, and you said what a great bunch of people we have in Freeburg, and I know you wanted to salute them too. So
Hey, you guys in Freeburg, you're lucky to have a mayor like Mayor Spicer because he's going to tell you the way it is. He's not perfect, because if he was perfect, he'd be up in heavens dictating to everybody. I think it'd be God. I think God's the only one perfect. But Mayor Spicer, you've done a great job. You've represented the people of Freeburg very honorably, and I hope you have a lot more years there, because I think with your leadership that Freeburg will move forward in the future.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, hey, you're welcome, and thank you for having that nice young man 18 years ago. I'm proud of you, Mitch Spicer. You're a great man. You're a great military hero. I can't say enough about you. I want to thank Larry Stammer for being on. Usually I go out being crazy, but today, out of honor for Mitch Spicer, Marine Mitch Spicer, all the Marines, Navy, Air Force, we can't play all the hymns, but we're going to play the Marine Corps hymn, and we're going to honor all of our military heroes, past, present, and future. See you Monday.